Look up. And 1, 2, 3, and a full quorum. You're off the hook for voting,
Okay.
but we still want your input. All right, approval of the minutes, August 11th, 2025.
I didn't see any problem.
I didn't either.
I move the board accept the minutes of August 11th as written.
I second that.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And we have no old business land use or development review, but we do have new business, not in land use, but development review. First up on the agenda is Osborne Island Trust, map 33, lot 17, application MD 02-25 to construct an administration education structure containing 3,021 square feet of interior space and 1,091 square feet of decking and entry areas. And you should have that black packet. Yep. Which I commented was well put together, I thought.
Yeah. A lot more stuff than we normally get.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I want to disclose I'm on the board of IMP,
Okay,
if anyone cares.
Well, if it's true, I'm on the advisory committee of the IIT.
But I think I can speak for the whole board that we want everything above board.
I would think, does anybody have issues or think that they could make that they can make a non-biased opinions in this matter?
Advise.
No, I don't.
No
They're fine,
issues?
but if they both sit out, that there only leaves 4 of us, and we don't have one person to say, split up the vote.
Right,
I don't have a problem in voting.
Yeah.
because they're not required to recuse themselves, if I remember correctly.
No, it's up to the board.
It's up to the board. And for the voting members that are available that are not part of this, how did we vote? That it's not a
Conflict.
conflict of interest?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Does that help?
Well, nobody seconded that.
Nobody seconded it. Thank you.
I second that.
Okay, discussion? Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for disclosing that. We're gonna trust that you're gonna.
Does that work for you, Karen? Sure. Okay, did Isabel and Jennifer vote on that, or did we just?
They did not vote on that. It was just the
Okay,
three of us.
Okay, thanks.
And that's the way it was intended. I didn't expect them to vote on it.
We abstained.
All right, now back to our application. I've looked through quite a bit of this. And I just want to double check some things, like plot plan. Steve, it took me a minute to figure out, but I realized this was the Blueberry Fields before I got to the end of the thing. And while I'm looking at this, or while we're looking at this, we've got the septic design. And is Dave online now? He is up there?
He's not.
Okay, I see a D up there. That's not Dave?
That's
David Burke.
Oh, okay. Zoom is not responding.
No.
I saw the septic design and it says for an office building, and I know that we were discussing that.
Big septic.
What's that?
It's gonna be awful big septic then.
I think it would be bigger than a 2-bedroom, which is what they normally do in a house.
Right.
And that's the plot plan. Was that not the plot plan?
That is one version of it, yeah,
One version of it?
yeah,
That's
yes.
the whole package.
I mean, that has pretty much everything on it.
Yeah, I was just,
Do we have a big one of those?
yeah,
They
do we?
have it designed for
There are.
536 gallons per day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was,
Wrong one.
We
That's
did
this
bring
one.
in full-size copies, I think you needed 3. And the full-size copies are in Dave's office somewhere, I guess.
I'll try
Well-
to find them.
Okay,
This should be great. These are hard to read.
they are hard to
Yeah,
read.
they're too small for my eye.
I found that
I
I took a picture
totally
of your
agree,
farm.
'cause I didn't
Yes.
I was very frustrated with it. Yeah, otherwise they were very pretty.
I had a magnifier.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
looking for a
yeah,
magnifying
yeah.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find one.
My eyes are getting too really, teeny tiny now.
Mine were checked today. And I got
Well, I'm gonna try to remember that trick, cause I didn't
No
even think of
smaller
that.
anymore.
A picture of it and just-
And then you could, do this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get rid of them?
Herbs. Everything I get rid of with the herbs.
While we're on that, has anybody else seen anything, bring up any questions that they have?
I couldn't find the well.
That's one of the things we'll find out when we get the big ones, I think.
I think are we just getting to the point where we can
Well,
motion
it's
an
so small to
application to
read.
be heard? That we've got all the bits and pieces that we need? I would think so. It just said from what I gathered in the thing that was supposed to have a butters notice,
We got that.
application signed, and if necessary, legislative on file.
Got that.
Yep, proper fee paid, and like that was paid. Application form complete,
Magnifying glass.
yeah. I guess, yeah, everything's there. I think one thing is that core letter, the core, your wetland delineation firm suggested or recommended. You just need to fill out a form for the Army Corps of Engineers regarding wetlands impact. It's nothing special, it's just that they call it an SV.
Mean there by the entryway?
It's just for all your wetland impacts.
With that, I can't tell, so.
The only impact would be there, right by the entryway, as you can see on the site plan.
Oh, well, it shows the driveway and on the map, on the plan.
We
Makes sense?
made a real effort to stay out of the wetlands.
No, it's just a simple form, self-verification form from the Corps. So it's just, you need just to submit that.
It could be that the engineers were intending that that would happen, but it's easier to see on a site plan if you have that in front of you, even the small version, you can see it a little bit. But it's right by the entryway, and there's a small amount of kind of reddish colored crosshatch. And
Yeah, it says, yeah,
that's the extent of wetland impact.
Well, it does show more wetland impact. What is that? I think this is. It's on this one. Building and site.
Sorry, don't have the original size, or really easy to see what's going on. I'm not sure where they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, no, they do,
Right there.
they do note it and they summarize on the plan. There's 3 areas. 2 by the road. Where they say there are wetland impacts
yeah, and there's one
By
up
the
behind it,
septic.
very small.
by the septic system, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only,
All of it's small.
only 360 square feet, so it's really, they just recommend submitting this form to the Corps. The SV form, it's in your report, the wetland report.
Well, the wetland report was done before the engineering was done, so.
Right, well, she just recommended that that's just one of the. Uh, how about she cited, it's It's just something I wasn't even familiar, I'd never heard of this form either. These are the SV, which. Oh, there you go. I can find that.
The what?
No.
Is done up by the S.
Oh, it's on page 5 under general permitting information. So it's just a filing of a core self-verification SV form to the core for impacts between 1 and 4,300 square feet.
Oh,
Page
okay,
5.
yep,
So it's just something simple, just something you can file when you have a chance, send a copy to the town office.
right, it says on the site plan, the wetland impact will be 119 square feet. That's greater than one.
It is.
Yeah, I think there's actually 3 areas, but yeah, yeah. Well, you probably get the big plan. You can't find the big plan. No, yeah,
Oh,
there's
there's
3
another-
areas. Either side of the driveway and at the edge where the fill slope of the septic
Yeah, it's the
system.
very edge of it, yeah,
Yeah.
I see it now, thanks.
Yeah, it's really minor. I can't see. I know, I'm driving me crazy with these
Do you want to borrow?
glasses.
I'm doing
So
that.
no.
what I hear you saying is that we can give them an opportunity to get this form for,
Yeah.
in the works.
Yeah,
And it's not gonna hold us up on
Nope.
anything we're doing.
nope, 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 nope. It's just in terms of permits required before approval. And that, what they're talking about in our ordinance is just a main general permit, which is a major permit. So. So I guess I make the emotion. You have a motion that application. Front of the application. 02-25. Can be heard.
Second,
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
so it's not complete till we get that.
Well,
Right, but you can still continue.
Yeah, I think
Right.
so. I think it's such a minor impact.
so the way I'm understanding this is when we table this for something, that's gonna be included that we have waiting on that as well.
Or make it a condition that it's filed with the, yeah. I would say more condition
Right,
for the applicant permit.
okay.
And then we have to decide whether it's major or minor.
Yeah. And what's our qualifications? Who's got the book?
It's all right here.
Well, it's greater than 3,000 square feet of impact. And the question is, does it cause little, would we waive that and, as if it considered little appreciable impact on traffic, air quality, noise, drainage, and natural views to make it a minor, less than 3,000 square feet, or can occupy greater than 3,000 square feet, but creates little appreciable traffic, air quality, noise, drainage, and natural views. And then in terms of additional meeting criteria that might be required under major, we can waive them if we don't feel that it's necessary.
I don't see anything on our application whether it was,
Yeah, it doesn't say one. I think we have to make that decision.
Steve, what did Dave say to you when you were?
Oh, well, when I delivered the materials, Dave went through those, and suggested that I, immediately send the letters to butters and so forth. Well, first he said he considered it complete, which was necessary for me to be able to for him to be able to say it would be on this meeting's agenda. But then I could send the letters, because the letters have to say what meeting date there is. But during that exchange, he offered the opinion that he thought it would be reviewed under minor development. He recognized that there's a bit more than the number, what is it, 3,000 something?
Yes.
But also seemed to suggest that the actual impacts were pretty nominal, minimal, or whatever, and that there was some provision in the development review ordinance for, and I don't think the word is waiver, but it's something like a waiver, in order to, proceed under the, minor development rules.
Well. It is greater than 3,000 by a little bit, is that correct?
Little bit or not, it's still a rule.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, I think it's major myself, but
Yeah, I think honestly, though, we're more than likely, we're not gonna ask for much more than what we asked for in minor.
But what we
Oh,
do,
except the landscape plan. I don't know if we,
It does have some
in the minor, yeah,
landscaping on one of these.
it did.
how we treat this one determines how other ones are gonna be treated in the future, so.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Have we heard it from any abutters?
Not that I'm aware of. Haven't received anything.
I think it's just an opinion, but I think we're stuck to we're holding our feet to the fire with the 3,000 square feet. And it would be a major.
yeah.
Yeah. Just increased traffic, but, I mean, it's not major. I just do it.
I understand it.
Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know if that means increased fee, but. I don't know how the fee is figured out.
It may or may not. We don't know what he's done here, whether that's. So,
It's $200 plus 10 cents per square foot. For a major.
okay,
It's for minor, it's $60 plus 10 cents per square foot.
well, I am gonna propose that it is a major development.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. Where's my box? Did we find a well on this one?
Not yet.
No, I mean,
There's
I,
a-
You gotta get a
It's
bigger-
a
Where
well
the well might
drilled.
be located on that?
There are two different versions of the site plan. I really wish we had that.
I wish we did too, but we don't right
But
now.
the second version shows the proposed well. It's on the second version. It's on the second copy of it.
okay, so there.
It's identified as what's C1 in the plans. And it's a version of the site plan. And to the north. Wait a minute. I don't want it. So AO1, excuse me, I apologize. AO1. If you're looking at the floor plan, you know, the plan of the building, the northwest corner, and there's a fair amount of grade change call for in the engineering work. But if you
Yes.
head up that grade change, a little bit past that actual area there that's to be changed is an approximate well location. What it is right now is a stake in the ground.
Yeah,
We've been working with Carmel Well Drilling to come over and drill the well.
Too, yeah,
It's up here.
okay.
It's approximate well location.
Isabella's.
I'm looking, you're looking at a different one than I'm looking.
Yeah, there's two versions. It's on the same page, but it's on the back side.
And unfortunately, I didn't take a picture of this
All right,
figure, this is. the-
well, obviously, that's more than 100 feet away
On
from
the
you.
back side.
These on 11 by 17 are a little bit easier to go.
Here.
I'm sorry, I think you don't have the full size.
It's okay. Yeah, I see it right there. Right,
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Well, it'll,
might be on the back,
yeah,
on the back side. Yep, there it is. Just above the slope
sit there,
lines.
yeah. Well, it'll be posted for the site review anyway.
That's
Oh.
so.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be 100 feet away from.
Yeah. Everything will be posted.
Nothing to do with this application, but is the Krieger Center gonna be replaced by this, or is it gonna,
This will replace the Krieger Center, yeah, that property will be sold.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one question regarding the lighting at the proposed lighting along the paths. Are these really low?
It's my understanding that they would be very low, yeah, essentially just lighting the area where you're walking. Yes.
And they'd be turned on only during night
I'm
activity?
not super familiar with exactly what the figure is. I know that they are solar powered, so I'm kind of guessing that
Then
they'll
they'll
be
be
on when it gets dark. That they would just automatically light up when it is dark. That's a guess on my
Yeah.
part. I could get more information.
It's like the
about-
ones that you put on your porch, on the posts of that, same thing.
But they're kind of downward.
Yeah,
That's right, yeah. I don't believe I saw a detail, it's just where
Yeah,
they're
there
located,
was
but not on
something in
the actual
there.
fixture. So I can get back in touch with the CoLogic. Ask them for an actual.
Yeah, it just seemed like there's a lot of little lights. Oh, it's this one in the back package of the building and site plan.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah. It's figure,
So being solar, they would be on all night.
Yeah, well, yeah, until they ran out of.
It's too bad.
well,
Well,
it's just like whether or not, you know, so many of them.
Beautiful area.
I understand why you want solar.
I'm sure they
but
can
You're not,
probably-
are you gonna have solar panels?
On the roof, yes,
Yeah.
to power the building, yeah.
You can ask them if they put it and have a switch off.
Yeah, I would just ask whoever's doing those.
What was determining their location?
Yeah, and spacing and
Yep,
the fact they're on all night, I would think it might,
absolutely.
I don't know.
It's not gonna interrupt the neighbors, I promise you that.
Well, they might aliens, some might use it as a landing.
Like, yeah.
There's one.
They have.
There you go, 3 are there.
They have
Too
aliens
big.
up there.
I just personally would prefer that there not be light pollution in that beautiful fields all night long.
The Zoom planning board meeting,
It's already started.
oh, it's already started.
where are those lights going? Just around the building area, and it's not gonna be going
Right
down
there on
the.
the walkway,
Yeah, just along the walkway.
Yeah, that's not gonna be out
but
on
that
the,
can't be the only
out
one,
on the
I'm sure
trail or
there's
anything
lights
like that.
above the doors or something, I would guess.
I would think, building lights would have switches. I didn't imagine.
We hope.
Yeah, will there be parking lot lights?
Not intended, no, there is not, but there are not.
We need the
There's
Santa.
no
There are lights
guarantee.
intended on the top,
Mhm.
But all lights would be down shining.
yes. And I'll get some specificity about this, those that are being proposed for the plan. Actually, it came from one of the trustees, who has them somewhere and thought they worked really well. So apparently they must have some sort of a little solar collector that powers each one individually. But I'll give more details so that you can know exactly, but if I suspect they're really low and they only light the path. They aren't up high lighting the whole corridor where you walk, just down where your feet are.
Yeah, okay, good.
That would be my guess.
Mhm.
Do you have any other decking or anything like that?
If you look at the key on this thing in the top left corner. The pictures that they have drawn on the walkways, it says exterior downlighting on post. And it doesn't specify how tall the post is, but just says it's downlighting. It could be post knee high and downlighting,
Yeah.
or it could be post 6 feet high and downlighting.
Mm.
Is that something?
It would be nice to get, find out how high what to have the height, and if they really do need to be so close.
Pathway lights,
Yeah,
yeah.
pathway lights.
And how far are they?
I'm gonna
Read,
grab
is
these.
it 8 feet?
Now you've got this.
I can use my photo again.
I think that is an 8,
Oh, is
I
it?
think.
Oh, I didn't take a picture yet. I don't listen.
Oh, yeah. That was a good idea.
Oh, geez, I can't read it. It may be an 8, yeah. They look like little blobs.
Yeah, they're 8s. Don't even need to take.
8 and 10 somewhere.
Mhm.
Every 8 foot,
Yeah.
Yeah,
then they're not gonna illuminate much if they're doing that, cause I've got them on my decking in my back deck of my house. And they don't light up like you think they're gonna light up the whole sky. It's
Right.
just a little tiny area.
Yeah, okay.
I guess the sequence is different with these. I can't find that page right off here.
Oh, yeah, it's got a big black blob for the building.
There we go. Well, there is apparently a lighting schedule that these would represent, and so I have to go find that and provide that with you.
Okay,
But I think you're right, Gil. I'm pretty sure that that's what, yeah.
yeah, it'd be nice if you could change them out at Christmas time for different colors.
Does that have anything to do with the application?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's something you can advise them since you're on the
yeah, I
advisory. board.
advise it.
St. Patrick's Day.
4th of July. Red, white, and blue, and 4th of July.
I'm just trying to show that I'm not biased towards this application.
Well, I think we've already figured that one out, so. You don't have to prove anything.
Moon basis, so you got the strawberry, and then you got strawberry colored lights.
Are you going to have additional plantings along the road, just to?
I can hear a little bit better if I get closer.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's, there are existing trees
That are.
along most of this
Okay,
area here. Not well shown here, but you can see this approximate tree line comes almost to all the way to the end. It will be visible from the north. If you're traveling on the road heading south, in front of Ray Lily's or in that
So
neighborhood.
yeah, so it's gonna be right next door on the right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's not that much tree in the whole field.
Well, the field is all open.
Yeah, it's all open.
But this is down, you know where the current parking lot is?
Yeah,
Well, this is right beside it.
okay, yeah.
And there are trees all along the road up until you get to almost to the corner of the building. So where the grade change is shown here, that will be, kind of a bit of an opening where you can see in. So after the well is drilled, the theory was we would do some plantings then, but want to be able to get the well drilling rig to that location. Right now, that's pretty simple and easy to do from the main road.
Yeah,
In fact, trucks have driven in that way already in the past, but once we do get the well in and the building, the slabs down, so we could really get a feeling for what's necessary. I could see some trees, some or native shrubs.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I think
Mm,
there's some huckleberry down below along the trail that's probably 5, 6 feet tall. That might be kind of nice to introduce up in this area.
so you're across the street from Ray's or
Yeah,
at the
it's
same
across the
side?
street. It's right there.
It's across, but south,
Okay,
yeah. The piece that Joan just sold is
yeah,
almost closer, really.
yeah,
Also sort of across from Buddy Bethune's, but
right.
that's a
Yeah,
little further
yeah,
south, so there's
I
no.
have the picture.
Isn't the parking lot actually encompassing what's already there?
That's right. That's right. Almost no change to the parking
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
just the entrance is getting. a
The
little-
engineers felt that the entrance should be changed. That's
Well,
correct.
I think you might be able to do 2 cars passing in there. I can't remember. Been a while since I've been up there.
Oh, yeah, you got way,
It's
at
pretty
40
deep.
miles an hour, you got way more than 300 feet.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, coming in and out of the parking lot, if it's 2 vehicles or.
We put that in 2019 and applied for a permit when
Yeah.
Bill was still CEO. So that the parking lot that's there has already been permitted.
Yeah.
He checked for site distances. It's really good right there.
Sure,
It gets worse as you go up the hill
It
towards
does.
Ray's.
yeah,
Which is one reason not to
Not
put
that
it
bad,
up
though.
there, but in that location, you can see really well in both north and south.
Yeah.
no,
Well,
And in terms of the hours of operation for the building, you anticipate it being open in the evening as well?
Well, for special events it would be. Already there are some events being held there.
Right.
And other places. I think especially, would say that Chloe's done a super job at providing some really good educational opportunities at different times and different locations. And so those would be kind of more likely to be concentrated in this space. That's really a major reason why we wanted to do this, our IIT wanted to do this. But so it would only be on occasion.
Mhm.
But yes, during the day, it'll be available for staff to use. There'll be offices and so forth.
Right, I would think you'd also could have classroom, the kids there. I don't
Correct.
know if Chloe. I don't know her educational
I
program.
know that kids club that they had, our adventure camp that they had for the kids this summer, they did a lot of trail walks and one of them was up there on the Blueberry Field Trails and so forth. But they do a lot of trail walks with the kids on
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's kind of a cooperative thing with, I guess the school or the town is or recreation department does that, or recreation
Yeah.
committee, yeah.
I think maybe we could have somebody tell us. for
Hey, there's
sure.
Chloe.
Chloe, unmute.
There we go. Yes, the intention is definitely to use this facility for to enhance our educational programming that we already have in place. I currently partner with Kids Club and Adventure Camp and work with the school throughout the school year and the preschool. And so continuing those partnerships and being able to have IIT specific classroom space to work with them would be fantastic, but also to, expand the expand on that programming. So, a very exciting element of this project for us is that main classroom and event space that you see in the footprint there. It's not overly huge or anything, but it'll give us room to be able to host some of the walks and talks and events and community things that we already do. But in a space that's readily accessible and also, not have to rely on weather always when we try to plan things on the preserves and have to cancel things as they come up. So the space is definitely going to be hopefully a welcome element to the community there where people can come and be a part of the educational programming, not just office space.
Yeah, I sort of second what Chloe's saying, is that's a real big motivation. That and the sustainable kind of engineering and uh, techniques towards energy efficiency in the building are really major motivations. But I also just want to add that we've had it will be ADA accessible. There will be a trail. This primary area, there'll be a parking space, but then the connection, the pathway between the parking lot and the building will be ADA slope approved with a surface that's ADA approved. That was important to the organization to make sure that that would happen. That also had a lot to do with where this would fit, because it's a 1 in 20 slope from the parking lot to the door, in order to be, or less, in order to be ADA compliant. And that has a lot to do with where this can be. You can't have it too close, otherwise your slope would be too high, or you'd have to do something changing the elevation factor. Fairly important one.
Yeah, I was just bringing that up in terms of noise, whether or not there'd be a lot of noise at night. A rowdy bunch of IIT members, I'm sure.
Well, there could be some tree hugging.
No doubt.
Oh, all right, how do we put that into our final findings of fact?
Just a little bit of an interesting note. It was really interesting to me, and you may not know this, but the property itself is, of course, a lot bigger than this 2-acre building lot. Up at the top of the hill, almost directly across from Ray's house, was the location for an Islesboro Grange. I didn't know that when we actually first purchased this. I only became aware
Did
of
you say
it.
Osborne Grange?
Grange Hall. Yeah, so this property functioned in that way. That portion of the property functioned in that way a long time ago. And so, there's a feeling that that kind of activity is having a kitchen where you can learn how to make pickles, for example. It was part of the thinking that went in. So that would be the kind of a part of the educational outreach that Chloe would be working with.
Great. Great. Make pickles.
Maybe blueberry pies would be more appropriate. Just because you got the blueberries right there.
Yeah.
Blueberry pies would probably be more appropriate, and I'd buy them. Lots of
I'm thinking blueberry wine.
them. Okay.
But that's just
Maybe
me.
hold up, that's a
That's
whole
just
nother
me.
planning situation.
No, I didn't wanna. I know this is one of the items we're supposed to discuss is fire protection, and that was a big issue on our last application. And whether or not we asked Mert or about that, or?
You could have them look at it. I can't see it being a problem because it is so
not
close
really.
to the road.
Yeah,
Fire truck needs to be able to get in there.
right.
Well, I mean, for one thing, Mert has received a letter about this. But as far as, some of the design considerations, GoLogic did work fairly closely with the fire marshal on the mainland. Now exactly what that means, I don't know, but they have reviewed this and felt that it was satisfying from their
Is
perspective.
it heat pumps? Is that how your heat?
Oh, the heating system is, yeah, there'll be both heat pumps as well as air exchangers so that there's fresh air brought in to replace, otherwise stale air. So, yeah, I think there were, what, 3 or 4 heat pumps for the entire building. Yeah, all electric, and the collectors are on the small portion of the roof that faces southeast. And Revision has reviewed that and the number of panels that are available, and they're pretty confident that that will supply sufficient, so it should be a net zero kind of structure as far as.
Oh, garbage removal. How will you'll just meet, the staff will remove garbage, or will you have a service? No, don't have.
What garbage? No, I'm just kidding.
It's all recycled.
Recyclable. Yeah, well, I think it would be, that's the way it's done now.
Yeah, yeah. We're just supposed to ask whether or not it's gonna be a strain on the municipality.
I see. Well, I would say that in terms of the staff use, that's going to remain probably the same as the current one.
Bags.
Right, no, but might as well ask him now, so in case he's gonna design this giant dumpster or something.
They'll paint it green.
Can you tell me about this crushed stone drive that's heading towards the water? Is that over an existing path?
That is there already. It has been serving as access to what I call the lower garden. So you can drive in now on the parking lot, through the parking lot, and where there's a back chip sort of path that goes towards the blueberries. You can drive on that, turn right and get down this way. And part of it was, the lower part was wet a few years ago when we had a really wet spring, and getting access to the garden required putting some stone in there. But that may or may not continue that way. The path that goes all the way up the hill will be a continuation of what's here. So where the bark chips are now is roughly where this access to the backside of the building will be. And you'll be able to continue right on up to what we call the learning garden area at the top of the hill. How vehicles will get down to the lower garden or even access the trail is kind of to be determined. It may be that it's from someplace through here.
I'm assuming that's not public vehicles going down through there,
It's a public one.
public vehicles going down through
No.
there? That's what I'm assuming that it's not.
Primarily a tractor, but pickups can do it,
Yeah.
Well, but, so
So that's an existing condition, basically, Wendy.
how will these vehicles get from, I assume, entering through the parking lot, around the building somehow to that gravel drive?
Well, to be determined, actually, but it's very possible that they would then come in by into the parking lot and go across south of the septic system, but north of the wetland. We'll have to see what the resulting slope looks like, but we're talking about occasional use by a tractor or a pickup. That's really the only kind of vehicle that needs to get in there. Tractor to mow the field, or tractor to turn over the garden area, that kind of thing. It's not really meant to serve anything else. Right now, that's my expectation.
And any vehicle that I've seen down there, they followed the tree line way down a ways before they ever cut across. They almost follow the tree line the whole way.
Cool.
But I got one question, may not be relevant, but. The new people that bought the property across the street from you,
They insist.
did they get a letter sent to them?
I kept looking for that because I was hearing that it was pending and that,
Yeah.
you know, that sort of thing. But it didn't actually close. There was nothing recorded at the registry. At the time that I mailed these, but I can send some to Miles and Robin if you like.
Well, I just kind of think they should be involved too, because they're, all these other people that you have are further away than they are.
I'll be happy to
Not
send them a
Or
letter.
nothing like that, but if, depending on where they put their house, they would potentially be able to see the whole building.
Okay, so my understanding is that somebody bought this property across the street.
Well, it's like, he said, pending, and they're not sure.
So who owns it?
No,
right
it has,
now?
it has closed now.
Oh, okay.
I just saw it in the registry
Well,
a few days ago.
who owned it before that? Did they get a
Ray
notice?
Lilly.
Joan Lilly got sent the notice,
Joe,
Yeah.
but I'd be happy, I mean, I know who they are.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to send them a notice.
it'd be nice, but I don't think that you would have a problem anyway, but it's just,
Sure,
being,
Sure. yeah,
respectful or whatever.
right, absolutely.
Going to your question, is that gonna be something that we are gonna be part of the tabling process? That the notification gets sent out to these new owners?
Well, if they don't, if there's not one in the packet, but like he said, it's like a gray area. It hasn't closed yet, but yet they're gonna be there
But he says they're closed now,
right now. But he had sent all this out
Right.
already,
before they had closed,
right?
so.
But it probably is appropriate just to cross a box, whatever, tick a
Yeah.
box, whatever you do with a box.
I was
Happy,
just
happy
asking,
to
is
send
that
them a
gonna be a
letter,
requirement
yeah.
when we table this?
I would say yes then.
I'd say yeah.
Okay. So when we're thinking of tabling, we got two things we need to make sure we have so far, if I'm paying attention.
Yeah, trying to write them down.
I'm doing
Document anymore.
All right, lighting,
Do you have a sense of how much of the field will be undisturbed?
How, will be undisturbed,
Yeah,
like close to 4 acres. Maybe more. I mean, actually, we've got about 4 acres in blueberries and then there's more field beyond that. So very, very little. This site plan is so much easier to see what's going on. But the tree line, the building only extends into the blueberry area by, maybe something on the order of 11 feet. And the greatest portion and less than that in another area. So very little, very little of the blueberry open field is being lost.
but from some of the pictures I saw, there was quite a lot of, it looked like a big mowed grassy area.
That's behind the blueberries.
The illustrations were done by a person sitting in an office who's really not that familiar with the site. It was mostly to illustrate the structure. That was their goal.
Okay.
But the water side is already fairly open. And of course, because of the drainways, there'll be some disturbance.
yeah.
It'll be disturbed, but then it'll be revegetated. They'll have to be covered back over again. There is an interest in having some outdoor learning kind of opportunities. So some of the vegetation that's some of what is planted to over where there has been earth disturbed would be planted with something that's suitable for kids to play on. So some rough grasses, I would guess, but the that's under consideration at the moment. Exactly what will be planted is being considered. But there is the possibility of actually taking some blueberry sod that needs to be removed up on this area and then using it, again, planting it after the new grade has been determined.
Okay.
But don't you own from the street all the way to the beach?
So,
Don't you own from the street to the beach?
yes, oh, yes, Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of acres there.
yeah.
This kind
Yeah.
of goes.
So, Steve.
I was just asking
Yeah.
about, you know, how much of the blueberries would be,
Buildings,
you know.
that was just taken out of conservation, is that a separate lot?
Where this is,
Yeah.
this area, where this is, to be, developed, was never included in the open space area.
So does that mean it's a separate lot?
No.
No, it's still a part of IIT's property, it's still owned, it's just not enrolled in open space.
So would this be rural or shoreline?
Woods.
Oh, it's rural. It would be rural.
Yeah, it's still
Because
rural.
it's not.
Or
Part
why
of
is it
the,
click it? Rural?
cause
Yeah, no,
Blueberry Hill goes to the shore.
Yeah, but only the area of the proposed project needs to be noted. So it's rural.
Even if it's.
Oh, you
still
mean
part
because
of the
it's-
same lot?
It is the same lot, it's under one
But it's
ownership,
mi-
that hasn't changed, it's just that
Couple thousand feet away.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just a check on the application that might need to be changed though, I think.
it's one lot though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's one big property.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
That's just a question for Dave, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I don't really know if I got the question, Isabel.
We're just trying to, figure out what protection district this is in.
Oh, okay, well, it would be in the, check with Dave for sure, but it's according to the maps, it's rural.
With land within 250 feet of the shoreline.
So it's in like.
No.
But that's
I
probably,
think
that's
it's-
probably a question for my benefit.
Oh, Sure, no, that's okay. There's a illustration showing, it's under the flood hazard map, regulatory zoning, wetlands report, adjacent landowners, section. And, it shows that there is a flood hazard zone right at the very edge of the property along the shore. A few feet in, and then there is the, resource protection district in from that 250 feet. And the remainder is the rural protection district, all of the remainder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
If you were building down here, that'd be,
Different.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I thought it did a whole lot.
by no means do I want to pressure anybody into moving along, but where are we with questions? Do we still have a few? Anything jumping out at anybody?
I think a lot will be resolved at a site review. We need to decide on public hearing also.
Maybe development. Some board say maybe.
I would almost say where it's a kind of a community project, it might be nice to have a public hearing.
What does it say in our ordinances book about the public hearings? At our discretion or at, if it has been requested by anybody?
Yeah, I think.
Either
so.
or, I think.
Yeah.
And we have nobody, none of the abutters are
Yeah.
voicing. What was that yet?
Yeah, if he sends one more out.
Yeah,
And of course, that seems like that may be the one that's gonna be closest to the site. But they live out of state. Do they live out of state?
Miles and Robin do right now, yeah. Yeah. They have connections to the island.
I was thinking.
Miles Standish, is,
Oh.
Earl and Bonnie's son.
Okay.
And Robin Pendleton is, well, Stanley and Ellen's daughter, so they have strong connections with the.
I knew somebody had said it was.
Yeah.
And,
But I don't know what. I'm just happy to send them a letter.
well, you wanna take a vote on the public hearing?
okay, what's our reasoning for the public hearing? Just because I wanna know.
Because Isabel suggested because of. It's gonna be used as a public facility for training and other things that the town should know about it.
Alright,
Is there any chance that the public hearing could be at the same time that there's a site review?
ooh,
No, no,
We did do that once before,
we did,
yeah,
only
for the
once.
school, right?
No,
No.
James,
GTs.
oh, that's a different one.
You
Well,
did
you
it for
could
the
if you want.
proposed dock at Big Tree as well.
Yeah, we did that there, yeah. If he wants, I'd say go for it.
There's no reason we have to have have
there's-
Zoom at the public hearing, is there?
I don't think so. Unless you want to do it separate from this review and have it here or on Zoom. To make it
So,
easier
or
for
see it in
people.
It would be
August
nice to have it there.
Well, what happens at a public hearing? That is where Steve or the representatives, being Steve, gets to present their plan of attack to the public, correct?
Mhm.
Actually, those were public site reviews, weren't they? They weren't public hearings.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't think they were.
Yeah,
public
Yeah,
hearings.
Oh, okay.
So we could instead.
The public couldn't talk though.
Mhm.
It was only
that was
us.
because it was a site review.
It was only us.
So the public hearing probably would be a different time frame than the site review.
So if we had a public site review instead, anyone who went to that, who had questions could come to a meeting?
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, if they're at the public, if they're at a site review, they can't ask questions, and I mean, they.
But if they were here,
Yes. Or you could ask Dave before we proceed.
no, do you want a public hearing, Steve?
I'm eager to see this move forward. It's still August, but what there is a hope to put a slab, put the foundation in before, ground freezes. And so, and there are a bunch of things that need to happen before that. So there is some amount of real interest in being as efficient with this process as we can be. they're not trying to hide anything. If anybody in the public has any questions, we certainly want to hear them. And we want to be able to address them. That there's that, this is a very open sort of, I see it anyway, as a very open process. I think that this is going to be something that's really good for the community. And that's, my opinion, but it's an opinion based on some years of experience. So anyway, I know I'm not saying yes or no. I'm saying if anybody thinks that it's really important to have a hearing, sure. But I would love it if there was some way that we could kind of combine things so that it's a little more efficient and things towards, the ultimate decision on your part as to what is permitted can happen, in as short a time frame as possible.
Right, and we have to remember, this is a private project and it's not a public.
That's all I was just gonna ask,
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with
It's not-
taxpayers getting additional taxes.
Correct.
Yeah, so never mind,
Right, forget it then. You don't need a public hearing.
unless one was requested in Verizon, so.
So are we gonna propose that we have a public hearing, or are we gonna propose that one is not necessary?
Propose that one's not necessary.
Second,
Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. What's our next question? What's our next motion?
site reviews.
I move we table this application for a site review and for another proof of notification to the new neighbor and for more lighting information
About her little letter to somebody.
and the letter to the
Oh.
Army Corps of
Yeah,
Engineers.
just say you submitted the letter.
Self-verification form, yep. Got it.
And is that,
I have all those.
It's everything that I remember, but
Did you say lighting plan?
Or a
lighting
detailed
information.
explanation of the lighting.
just more like, are the posts gonna be 3 feet tall, 6 feet tall, 18 feet tall?
Just wherever there's lighting, that's all.
So that was a motion by Isabel.
yes.
And we're waiting on a second.
I thought I seconded it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Discussion. We got it? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. Now Dave's not here to set an appointment, but we need to have a site review sometime in the next week and a half, I think.
I'll go.
I've seen it, so someone else should go.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanna go.
Yeah, I'd like to see what will change.
Okay,
I'll go.
so we got Jill and Wendy going.
Grading by.
Yeah, we leave the date for Dave to set up with Steve.
Yes.
It's okay with me. I'm
Yeah.
pretty much here. I think both these next 2 weeks.
Right.
I've already staked the primary footprint of the structure
Right.
is staked, but I actually did
You
that.
said the well was
It's starting to grow up, so I weeded it so you could see them. And Dave asked me to stake where the tank will be
Right,
in relation to the building. So I've done that, and then also cut that down, and then the field itself is also staked.
Septic field.
Yeah,
yeah.
from
All of it.
Aldridge work. So those are all marked.
You said something about the well.
There's a stake in the
There's a
ground,
stake in
yes.
the ground.
That's good.
And of course, we got property pins, but we're not gonna be walking all the way down to the shoreline to.
The nearest one is pretty visible. We can look at that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Obviously, by looking at this, you're well within, well outside of,
Setback.
setbacks.
Right, just distance to the road is the only close one.
Yeah, but it's more than,
50 feet.
yeah.
So I have one easy question for you. Is there gonna be any kind of signage on this building or by the road?
Actually, Gil, that's a great question, and I don't really have an answer, but I'll get one for you.
Okay, we settled this application, is that correct? So we can move on to the next application. So
Well,
thank you for all you
Thank you.
presented and helped us with.
I'll get in touch with Dave about the site visit date.
Sure.
yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
No.
Steve, you're welcome to sit and visit for the next application or you're.
Can't hear you as much as I would love to. Thank you, Steve. I probably will pass.
Okay. Geez, you know, what do you say?
I lived down there when I first came to the island. I didn't know that. Thank you.
All right, moving on, development review ordinance, new business, Roger Burke, map 14, lot B, application MD 03-25 to subdivide 5.5 acre lot into 3 separate lots of 1.5 acre, 3 acre, and 1 acre. And clear trees, old road to provide access to existing structure, no new structures planned. Roger's not here, but did I hear you say there was a?
Yeah, he's
He
here.
is here.
I've been here for an hour. I've
Okay.
been listening intently, remembering my wonderful times with you guys. Also looking at the clock.
Yeah, well, sometimes these things go quick and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows.
He knows.
He knows.
So
So Roger wants to subdivide the property.
Right.
there's a little bit of a dilemma here. It may probably be a good idea if I just went ahead and explained
Bring it on.
what's going on and do that as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Bring it on.
Okay, you've got the plan right in front of you. Okay. Maddie and I bought this property in 82. It was a 3 acre with a little cottage. It was a 2 acre next to it, and there was a little 100 by 100 lot down on the water next to the DeGrasses. Back about 20 years ago, I built the barn, which on the plan says shop, but it's shop and barn actually. In 2017, Maddie and I started the process of planning our for retirement, which was to sell the house with a 1.5 acre, and we'd been planning this. Hence, this is the plan that I came up with, as you see. It was to sell the house with 1.5 acres, leave the barn with 3 acres, which it is on this plan, so that I could leave it to my children, and then sell the 1 acre lot next to it, which I did. In fact, we sold that a few years ago to Dick and Kathy DeGrasse, who was as you know in the room right now. My understanding was, and I think this may have been my mistake, was that the lot that was sold to my neighbor, the DeGrasses, would not be part of anything considered a subdivision because it would have been an adjacent landowner. But when I got an offer on the cottage this winter, one of the lawyers that was reviewing this said that, or his opinion was that since the lot was transferred to the DeGrasses in a separate entity than what their home is held in, that in fact it would be a 3-lot subdivision, even though it's an adjacent owner, it's in a different name or a different entity. So I'm coming to you to try to sort this whole thing out. I've talked to Dave Dyer, of course, and then he sees this as a minor subdivision. When I built the barn 20 years ago, I brought the water and the power from the house naturally because it was all the same. It was all under my ownership. I now have to separate the services with a new well for the barn and an underground electrical service to the barn. If you look on the plan, you'll see which is an interesting little bit here. Right by the word trustees, Roger and Mary Burke trustees, on the bigger piece, you'll see it says old road bed. That's the old ferry road, by the way. And that's where I'm putting a driveway off of the right-of-way, which goes to the grasses, but which I own. So I have to also put a separate driveway in when I sell the cottage. Now, the cottage is not under agreement at the moment, by the way. And since we found this little glitch, what I've done is I've taken it off the market. So that's the bigger picture here. I thought when I was dividing this up that it wasn't a minor subdivision, but apparently it seems as though it is, and that's why we're coming back to you. If in fact it is a minor subdivision, just to note to you, there's no new structures, there's no changes to any structures, there's no adding any structures. The only thing you're doing is bringing in services on my property, which I own anyway. It is not in anybody else's property or no public. And as you can see, where Ferry Road is now, it would have absolutely no effect upon the public whatsoever. No one could even see that there has been any changes. So anyway, I guess the first question should this be a minor subdivision?
I am confused about the 1 acre. Who owns the 1 acre?
The 1 acre is now owned by the DeGrasses.
It's just not formally shown on any.
Well, I think I can shed some light on that.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I'm Scott DeGrasse,
Yeah.
and I'm the trustee to the 508 Ferry Road Trust, which is our family trust. And based on trust rules, when we acquired the property, we did not acquire it under the trust because it opens the trust to re-examination by the state. Because we've been well outside the 15-year gate. So my mother and father bought the property. So the true abutters to Roger is the 508 Ferry Road Trust. But the intent is that the property will eventually transition to the trust. But currently it is under Kathy and Richard DeGrasse.
Yeah, the deed is registered to Kathy and me.
So it's actually.
For the 1 acre
somebody
lot that we
else.
purchased.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit more to this. It was like 2 years ago you sold this?
Yes.
You bought this?
I think it was 2, yeah, maybe a year and a half. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Perfectly fine. It was perfectly fine, but now if he could wait another 3 years,
Right.
Right,
Oh,
because you can own, yeah,
Doesn't make it a.
which we
and he
don't.
could do it again. Property,
Right.
and are the DeGrasses in agreement with the drawing that's here, the footprint and everything? It says rebar set here, rebar there, rebar set there.
I haven't seen that. So Roger and I have been all over the property, so if I think that it is what it is, then
Yeah,
Like to have a copy of this.
I'm sure we've got me arranged.
I've got plenty of copies, Dick.
Okay, thanks.
this
Russ.
is the piece right here.
Yeah, no problem.
But that's the biggest reason that
So the
we're here,
piece that
because it's
says,
within the 5 year.
because this
Window.
was.
So-
for That's
It
what-
was at one time, yes.
That should.
And it's also 2 years.
So for the
Right.
plan,
Yeah.
Should even
No,
go there.
let's see that.
yeah, Bill, for the planning boards, for the planning board's education.
Yeah.
The section on this plot that says Burke Tax Map 14 Lot 5,
Hang on, yes,
Book 3406, page 174, that is now Kathy and Richard DeGrasse.
that's what I wrote down.
That's correct. That's
Right.
correct.
That's what I sold to them.
And the rest of it that says Scott R. DeGrasse trustee, that
Right.
is the DeGrasse Trust, 508 Ferry Road Trust. So the DeGrasse property under Richard and Kathy will eventually merge
Yeah,
to the trust.
That's,
But we are, yes, we are, as long as this is corrected, so it's DeGrasse, tax map 4.
oh, where it says Burke,
Yeah, that's DeGrasse property
That should
as,
be good. It has been
as of
for
2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
right,
So that's when he did this subdivision, right? That's what because it was not sold to the abutter, which is technically was at the time the trust, the 508 Ferry Road Trust. That's
and
that's what
that's
made
a
it.
town thing right there, isn't it? That's a tax map that we could look up and it would say Burke and not DeGrasse right now.
Well, the tax map isn't quite correct.
It should
They
stay
got the
DeGrasse.
lines wrong.
They got what?
They got the boundaries wrong.
Oh,
Well, let me explain that. What I bought back when in the first years we owned the property was a little 100 by 100 acre lot down at the bottom of the new DeGrasse property on the shoreline, the 100 feet. That I bought, it was owned by Peppers, and I bought that 30 years ago. I put that with some other land which I had already owned, and that's how I came up with the 1 acre, and that's what was sold to the DeGrasses.
right,
My question for you, and I think I know the answer, but I feel obligated to ask the question is, I owned this, if you'll notice the date on this, this was done back in 2017 when Maddie and I did our planning for what was going to happen toward the end of our life. That's why it doesn't show us DeGrasse owning that. This is a map which was our scheme for doing the whole thing, and so it hasn't been changed yet.
I see the date,
But-
2017.
At the time that we made this map, with this plot plan, we already owned 3 separate lots here. If
Mhm.
you look, there's a little out of function line which runs from the shore up the side of the DeGrasse's new piece right to the road, past the shop. See that little line? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was the original. That everything to the left of that was the original house lot.
Yeah,
Then I bought 2 acres, which was to the right of that, over toward the right of way. And I bought that little 100 by 100 down by the shore. Okay. So when I did this map, I was already starting from a map that showed 3 separate lots. Now I have reconfigured those lots to come up with this plan. That was what I was doing for Maddie and I to complete our plans. But I'm just asking if that has anything bearing on whether it's a subdivision, because I had already owned 3 separate lots.
yeah, I think it does. I mean, I think you're going the right track getting the subdivision application, because that says old deed line, old tax map line, whatever. But I just, the big thing I'm not even concerned about, but providing this gets granted, which I don't see a reason yet as to why we might not consider that, is that nothing is being taken away from the DeGrasse property, and there's nothing, that's gonna be a thing between them, yourself and them. And
Well, they already own that 1
I'm
acre
fairly,
lot.
I'm fairly certain we can work this through.
They already
Yeah.
own it. They should be on it.
I guess that's what I'm saying. How do we do that?
Right.
When did they buy it?
2 years ago,
2 years
Couple of years.
ago. So.
Yeah.
roughly.
Right, roughly.
Roughly. We could give you the date, but I don't have it with me.
That would require looking at paperwork, and we really don't want to.
I'm not on the island, I'm in Camden right now.
I know it was after we sold the boat.
So do we?
And this is registered as 3 different lots.
Yeah,
Which is, yeah, I mean, if it was done in 2017, as 3 separate lots, that's. Then.
So it's already a
It
subdivision.
was already a subdivision back then, right?
And after the fact subdivision, I guess. Well. Ridiculous, because fee is twice as much as what the. What the IIT application is. That's based on.
Subdivision?
Yeah, I don't know why it's so high. Yeah, well, the other one, I don't know how that one's calculated, it's based on.
well, we're not in charge of calculating them either, are we?
Just
No.
obviously that's so much higher. But it's based on this.
So where do we go as a board from here?
Approve.
Prove it as a minor subdivision and just move it through real quick, waive everything. What do you think?
So let's start with major minor, isn't that right?
This is a minor subdivision.
I second it.
All, excuse me, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Are we looking at any kind of a site review?
Was site reviews not necessary?
I second that.
Yeah.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay.
I didn't hear what the motion was.
There was whether a site review was necessary or not,
I didn't hear the result.
and it has been determined that it is not necessary.
Okay, all right.
So is the application considered complete?
I move this application is complete.
I second that.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay.
Is a public hearing necessary or requested?
No.
I move it, a public hearing is not requested or necessary.
I second that.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. We have, do you really wanna do that?
I know, yeah, all right, well, just go.
I don't think so. I think it needs to happen.
All right,
What, find it
Would
the
you like
facts?
me to read them?
I'd love for you to read them. This is, she's gonna be reading the, criteria for approval.
A, will not result in undue water or pollution. In making this determination, the board shall at least consider the elevation of the land above sea level and its relation to the floodplains, the nature of soils and subsoils and their ability to adequately support waste disposal, the slope of the land and its effect on effluents.
I don't think there are gonna be any changes.
No, I think we can say no construction is being proposed. So,
Not applicable.
Right.
While we're discussing this. When we were walking through Losey's, we asked for test pits. There was,
oh, yeah.
but could we ask as a condition that the final. Roger, have you put in, you've done a new septic system on the house property. Have you got a design for the barn?
No, the barn has an acceptable septic system when I built it.
Oh, okay.
So there you got two separate systems?
Oh,
Yeah, they're all separate, and the house had a failure in its system. That's why I redid it.
yeah, okay.
But the barn has had its septic system approved for 20 years.
And the well is the one thing you need to add?
I have to put a well in, and I'm not doing it until we do rent the barn occasionally in the summertime, and I don't want a well driller in there pounding away with tenants. So probably I'll do that in September sometime. But I do need a well. The answer is yes.
Unheard of for two places to share a,
No,
Right, right. So that's fine.
okay, that's good.
And the third lot,
The third lot doesn't,
you don't worry about that, somebody else owns it.
That's ours
okay,
Yeah.
that, yeah, that's
That's-
yours already,
already.
okay.
okay, continue, please.
What did we decide? This is not applicable?
Yeah,
Okay. Has sufficient quantity and quality of water available for the reasonably foreseeable needs of the proposed subdivision and development.
Currently, it's hooked up to the house well,
yes,
proposed well, or separate well, so I think we're okay.
Meet standard. Already has a well, meet standard.
Sure,
Will not cause unreasonable burden on an existing water supply if one is to be utilized.
it's been working so far.
Yeah, there'll be no more water used than there is now, just be a separate well. Because we do use the barn in the summertime.
So meet
That's good.
standard.
yep,
Will not cause unreasonable soil erosion or reduction in the capacity of the land to hold water so that a dangerous or unhealthy condition may result. No construction being proposed, so not applicable.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Will not cause unreasonable public or private road congestion or unsafe conditions with respect to the use of public or private roads existing or proposed, including parking at Brindle Point.
No additional.
There'll be no more traffic than there is now.
Right. So
So
meets,
meet standards. Will provide for adequate solid and sewage waste disposal. Lots have existing septic systems.
correct,
So meets
Meets
standards.
Yeah.
Will not cause unreasonable burden on the ability of the town to dispose of solid waste and sewage if municipal services are utilized. It's not applicable. Will not have an undue adverse effect on the scenic or natural beauty of the area, aesthetics, historic sites, rare and irreplaceable natural areas, or any public rights for physical and visual access to the shoreline. Nothing's being built, so,
No additional construction being done, so
Right.
changes,
so,
not applicable.
sure. Is in conformance with this chapter.
Meet standards, no changes, no major changes and meet standards
Is in conformance,
or in conformance. Good, sounds good.
that's what it says right. Will not create an adverse fiscal impact on the municipality's ability to provide or improve necessary public facilities and services, including transportation and parking. None of those will be used, so not applicable. Will not alone or in conjunction with existing activities adversely affect the quality or quantity of groundwater.
may I ask for a timeout?
Yes.
Carrie, she hasn't been saying what numbers are what. Are you,
I'm keeping track.
okay,
I'm assuming we're on K.
Okay.
okay.
Well done. Thank you.
Good job.
He's just trying to catch me snoozing.
What? I'm trying to make your job easier.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Did I read it or?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Back up, regroup.
changes to quality of water, I think that was right.
No construction, so. Meet standards. That's,
Bill, the only question I have from, on the abutters perspective is, what's the setback, from property lines for a well or from a pre-existing well? Is it 15 feet from a property line? Is it, or if there's a pre-existing well, is it, do we know what
I
that?
thought it was 100.
That's from the septic tank.
Septic.
You got a book right in front of you.
Can be closer than 15 for a well.
To a property line?
Yeah, because we ran into that with the thing for Don Johnson and Boop. The well was real close to the property line.
oh, yeah,
So that's the only thing, I mean, just, and Roger and I can talk about it too, I don't know where it's located, where he's proposing it's located.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's within the setback, that's the only thing I would ask.
The well should not be closer than 100 feet to the septic system.
And it's nothing relative to another well,
Nothing relative to another well
Okay.
that I know
okay.
I think
Oh.
it's 15 feet from the property.
I'm sorry, Roger,
I think it's 15 feet from the property line.
that's what I thought, but I just was looking for clarification at,
of, but that's not true either. It's not 15 feet. It can be within 15 feet
oh, can be.
For a
Okay.
well.
on the property line for a well.
Okay,
And I don't have that exact number, but I do remember this very same thing coming up in a past application.
okay. Will not unreasonably interfere with access to direct sunlight for solar energy. Not applicable because no construction. Will not adversely affect the quality of the body of water or unreasonably affect shoreline of that body of water. Whenever situated in whole or in part within 250 feet of any pond, lake, stream, or tidal water. Once again, no building not applicable.
Flood hazard.
All principal structures within the subdivision or development located within designated flood hazard areas as shown on the Federal Emergency Management Agency maps or flood hazard boundary maps on file for public inspection at the town office shall be constructed in accordance with provisions of chapter 70 floodplain management.
I don't see anything on our
Yeah.
map about floodplains.
No, nothing's being built anyway.
Yeah.
Right, nothing's
Yeah,
being
no
built.
new construction, so.
So not applicable. Have to do financial too. Do we do financial?
Which one is that?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
we do, just to cover our bases.
The applicant shall have adequate financial and technical capacity to meet these stated standards.
No new construction, so not applicable.
Sure.
Sounds right for me.
Or meet standards.
We're putting on an issue for me.
The developer shall, upon request of the board, submit detailed financial statements that demonstrate adequate financial capacity to complete the project under the provisions and standards of this chapter.
Not necessary.
Not required, yeah, I was gonna think they're not required, but
No, something.
Not
Reason.
required.
that's all of them.
That's all of them.
Nice.
What?
It says nice.
Nice. So. So. Now it's a matter of tabling until finalization of, is that correct?
Yeah,
I don't know tonight.
I look at the table, this application for findings of fact.
Yes, second that.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. So 2 weeks, is that the next meeting?
Oh, it may be more than that because of Labor Day. Nope, 2 weeks. September 8th.
Right, I think. We'll have
So-
an, we'll look at that again on the next meeting, Roger, but. That
Okay.
would conclude our. Review of this application.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
that's September 8th.
Yeah. Now we'll move on to other business. We don't have a CEO report. We don't have a CEO temporarily. People wishing to address the planning board. Do we have anybody wishing to address the planning board? Those of you online, it's going, gone. Correspondence, I have none. Committee reports, does anybody on any committees have anything they would like to report?
See you later, Roger.
Lovely to see you all and thank you very much.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm still not very mobile. I'm still confined here. I will be for a few more weeks probably, but I'll get there. Yes.
Keep doing your exercises.
Yeah, right, exactly. PT twice a week and all the exercises, right?
Right.
See you
So
later.
committee,
Bye.
Bye.
and I have no additional business. So I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Um,
Any opposed, say nay.
Hey.
That Ryder's lovely with you.
I know, right?
Well,